Good morning to all. So, what I have discussed in the last session, anyone? ఏం డిస్కస్ చేస్తాము లాస్ట్ క్లాస్లో ఎవరికి తెలియదు గుర్తులేదా operators. Okay, we have completed, right? Operators. Okay. A door close చేస్తాం. So after operators, what we have to discuss is nothing but conditional statements. Okay. Okay, so far we have discussed what is variable, what is identifier, right? Variables, identifiers. Next, what? Conditional statements. What is meant by conditional statements? When you want to perform some operation based on some condition, then we can take we can consider conditional statements. So what it does? Okay, let's take a program. Okay, let's stop using Notepad. Okay, we will take Eclipse IDE. Okay, so today onwards we will see we will write programs on Eclipse IDE. Okay, it is IDE. IDE stands for Integrated Development Environment. Okay, integrated development. So what IDE will do? IDE will do some basic things for us. Okay, you need not to create all the things from the scratch again and again. Okay, if you see Notepad, you have to take a text file, then you need to write the code, then you need to convert the text file into Java file, then you need to compile the code, and then you need to run the code, right? Then only you can see the output. So when it comes to IDE, this is not the case. Okay, it will help you a lot. Okay. So let me create a new, these are workspaces. Okay. Workspaces are nothing but folders. Okay, so far I have 4 folders. Let us create one more folder. Okay, for this program, Java. So it will restart with a new workspace. Okay, then what is a conditional statement? So if some condition is true, then we need to do some operation. Okay, let us see practical. So take this statement. If it rains, if it is cloudy, it may rain. Okay, so what is the meaning of this? If this is true, then there is a chance that it will become true, right? So if you convert this in terms of programming, then you need to write like this. Okay, simple ga cheppalante, if condition evaluates to true. Okay, the syntax of if is if simple if. Okay, what is simple if of condition, then open the bracket and system.out.println. Okay, I write in the shortcut. Okay, this is not the shortcut even, but just understanding purpose I write like this. System.out.println. This is if block. Okay, you may have these kind of statements, these kind of multiple statements. Okay, this is nothing but if condition, simple if. Okay, so what it says means this is the condition. This condition can be an expression, okay, and something else. Okay, finally ఈ కండిషన్ అనేది ఎవాల్యుయేట్ అయిన తర్వాత it will return either true or false. Okay, if condition evaluates to either true or false, we will see in examples. Okay, if this condition is true, then this code will be executed. What is this? Open bracket, close bracket. This is nothing but if block. Okay, what is meant by block? A block is a set of statements which is we can treat them as a single piece or single unit. Okay, single unit of code. Okay, means if this condition is true, then all the statements which are lies inside the if block will be executed. Okay, this is nothing but simple if. So if you want to create a new project or file, you can select file, click on new, click on project. Okay, so this is Java project, click on next. So for our project, you need to give a name. Okay, if you go in the real-time scenario, they will create the projects like this. Okay, give the project name. I will give pros1. Okay, this is my project one, and click on next. If you see this here, you may identify this is Java 1.8. Okay, currently I am using GRE. Okay, GRE stands for Java Runtime Environment. I even didn't explain you about what is JVM, what is JRE, what is JDK. Okay, I will explain little later. Okay, so currently I am using JDK 1.8. We have 14 also. Okay, but I'm using 1.8. Okay, then click on next or finish. Okay, so click on finish. So it is creating project for us. Okay, let us see the setup, how it is creating a project. See, this is our new project we have created just now. Okay, so what is JRE? If you observe previous program, you are you are taking the text file and converting it into Java file, and you are writing some code, and you are giving this code to the Java compiler, right? But here it will not happen. For each project, a JRE will be assigned. Okay, you in order to execute a project, first you need to have JRE JDK, right? So this is nothing but JRE. If you know the difference between JRE, JDK, JVM, you will understand why only JRE is here. Okay, JRE stands for Java Runtime Environment. So what is meant by Java Runtime Environment? Consider this memory diagram. So please stop these kind of things. Okay, assume that this is the RAM. Okay, hope you know what is RAM. Don't say I don't know what is RAM. Okay. So multiple applications will run in the inside the RAM, right? Depends upon the size, depends upon the requirement, depends upon the data the application is being used. So consider whenever you start Java C space file in .java, immediately JVM will come into picture. Okay, this is nothing but JVM. JVM stands for Java Virtual Machine. Do you see the meaning? Virtual machine. Virtual means which is not physically exists. Okay, so you can assume that okay, there is a virtual machine which will be executed whenever you run the program. Means virtualization. Actually, there is no JVM, but on the fly, a small program will be executed. That program is nothing but JVM. What this JVM will do? Okay. This JVM will create a separate environment to execute your Java program. Okay. Only JVM can execute your program. Not even assume that uh, Chrome, uh, VLC, these applications will run Java program. Do you think even operating system also don't know how to run the program? Okay, who will take care of the execution? Only JVM will take care of the execution. This is the separate environment in order to execute our program. Okay, uh, that's why you can mention it as Java virtual machine. Okay, it's a separate machine. Inside this, your program will be executed. Okay, then what is JRE? What is JRE? JRE stands for Java Runtime Environment. What is meant by runtime? In order to run the program, you need to have some files and setup and classes and interfaces. Okay, you can simply call it as API. Okay, with the help of API, your program will be executed. Okay, assume that you write a program like this. What is if as an if and anything, or else take one more program we have already written that. So in yesterday's class. So assume that int a is equals to 10, int b is equals to 20, c is equals to a plus b. Even this is also wrong. What is c? What is the type of c? Okay. Then string dot out dot println of c. Okay. So, sir, what is int? What is a? What is equals to? What is 10? What is semicolon? Who knows this? Does your operating system knows this? No, they don't know. Okay, then who knows this? Java knows. What is Java? Again, Java is a program. Okay, what that Java program contains? Again, that Java program contains multiple functionalities. Those functionalities will be written in the form of classes. Okay, in the form of classes. Do you see right? System.out.println, right? Do you have a doubt what is system? System is a class. Okay, we have created yesterday some classes, right? Class demo, class will resides inside JRE. Okay, see this is JRE. See what are these files? These are the dependent and files. Okay, if you write the program to add two numbers or do something, first it will be compiled, right? So ela compile చేస్తుంది based on what? So it will check with these jar files. Okay, inside this jar file we will see system class. Okay, I will show you later. Okay, so it will check inside this jar files. Okay, it will check whether this is a valid thing or not, checks whether this is valid thing or not. Okay, all those classes means all the built-in predefined classes will be available here. Okay, these are much required to execute your program. Okay, it also provides the runtime environment. In order to run the program, you need some functionality or some mechanism. Okay, those will be available here. Do you see GRE 1.8? GRE 1.8, like lib stands for library. What is library? It is a collection of classes you can take. Okay, I will explain little more, okay, later. Okay, so where we started. Okay, this is Jan. Okay, here whenever you start executing program, JVM will come into picture. Whenever you write the program, means after immediate completion of your program, means you do like this Java space demo. Okay, you entered this. Okay, immediately output will be generated, and what will happen next? Immediately, what will happen? This will happen. Is there any JVM? No. Why there is no JVM? మీరు కాల్ చేశారు, ఎగ్జిక్యూట్ చేసేసింది, వెళ్ళిపోయింది. Still you need required JVM? No. Why you required? It doesn't need, right? So after immediate execution of your program, JVM will be erased from the memory. Then again, if you try to execute the program like this, Java C space file name dot Java, then again JVM will come into picture. Okay, like this JVM will immediately uh, create some space, some environment inside the RAM, and it will be executed. Now, if you take any variables into our program, these variables will take means occupy memory inside this JVM. Okay, there will be a lot of memories. Okay, different kinds of memory: stack memory, stack area, method area, class area, heap area. There are different kinds of memories inside, means which are available internally. Okay, you may not see all those things, but it will happen internally. Okay, so this is how JVM will come, means comes and executes your program. Okay, so the main topic here is see if conditions, right? So let us open this. Then what is SRC? SRC stands for source. Okay, what is source? Whatever the code you are going to write is nothing but source code. Okay, you may heard this term source code. Simple ga cheppalante, this is the folder. Okay, inside this folder only you have to write the code. Okay, you cannot directly write the code. You can create subfolders. Okay, just right click on SRC. Click on new and click on package. Package is nothing but folder. Okay, in IDEs we can say it as package. Okay, in general file directory you can consider it as folder. Okay, package one. Finish. A new subfolder is created. Now in this subfolder, now I am going to create my class. See here, class. Okay, by clicking on class, it will ask you, it will prompt like this. Okay, then what is this? Java class, create a new Java class. Okay, so on behalf of us, ID is going to create a new class. What you need to do, you need to provide the class name. Okay, I will create this. I will give the class name. Okay, if example. Okay, remember one thing: class name must start with the capital letter. Okay, if you see here, I am taking small f, small I. Okay, see here suggestion. Type name is discouraged by convention. Java type names usually starts with an uppercase letter. Okay, so it is not appropriate. Even though if you take the class, no problem. But it is a Java convention. Okay, if you go to any real world project, you may see the class name starts with the capital letter only. Okay, now observe here which method stubs would you like to create? Public static void main string args, constructor from superclass, inherited abstract methods. Remember, forget these two and remember this. Public static void main. What is this? This is the main method, right? If we select this checkbox and click on finish, Java means IDE will create main method for us. Okay. See, this is Project Explorer. Okay, here showing the Project Explorer. This is actual code. Okay, so public class, if example, public static void main. This is comment. Yesterday someone asked me, right? Okay, in Python class someone asked. So double slash is used to make a single line comment in Java. Okay, so ID created this template. You can consider this as a template. Okay, whatever you want to write, you can write now. Okay, now. So consider a small example. I have a small requirement. I want to find out. I have already discussed in some other classes. Okay, consider the same example. Eligibility for voter ID. Eligibility for voter ID. So what is the condition for this? Age must be greater than or equals to what? 18, right? Any changes? So I want to read some data from the user, and I want to check whether this person is eligible for voter ID or not. Okay, or else take one more example. I have to take attendance percentage from the student, and I have to check whether he is eligible for applying exam or not. Okay, for that what I have to do? You have to read this age from the user, right? Let us learn how to read the input from the user. Okay, you can read in various ways. Okay, so you can see everything in the form of classes, objects, methods. Okay, if you see everything, it is a object. Okay, remember this thing, because Java is object oriented programming. Okay, Java follows OOPS concept. OOPS is nothing but object oriented programming. Okay, whatever you see, it is a class or object. Okay, so let us know how to read the input. There is a class called scanner. Okay, this is the class which has the capability to read the input from the user. Okay, similarly you may have buffered reader and reader class, all those, but now we are going to use scanner. Okay, scanner is a class. So how can you say this is a class? By seeing the first letter we can say that okay, this is the class because of capital letter. Okay, so how to read the input? In order to read the input, first you need to create the object. Okay, I will explain about what is object, what is a class, why should we create the object, okay, later. But just now remember this. Scanner, scanner object, or else sc is equals to new scanner of system dot in. Okay, this is how we can create a scanner object. You can assume like this. Okay, if you want to write something on a paper or book, what you need to have? You need to have either pen or pencil. Assume that you need to have pen. Okay, what is pen? A pen is an object, right? So in order to write something, first what you have to have? What you need to have? Pen. So first you need to have the pen object. Similarly, in order to read something, first you need to have scanner object. Okay. By using this statement, I have created scanner object. Okay. Now I want to refer. Okay. ఇక్కడ క్రియేట్ చేసిన ఆబ్జెక్ట్ నేను రెఫర్ చేయాలని అనుకుంటున్నాను. మీన్స్ గివింగ్ సమ్ నేమ్ టు ద ఆబ్జెక్ట్. ఓకే, అజ్యూమ్ లైక్ దిస్. సో వాట్ ఈస్ ద నేమ్ హియర్? SC. Okay, then what is scanner? Scanner is nothing but ఇది ఏ టైప్ చెప్పేది స్కానర్. ఓకే, నౌ కన్సిడర్ దిస్ స్టేట్మెంట్. int SC is equals to 100. compare these two statements. What is new scanner? It is we are creating a new object, okay, in this statement. Similarly, this is a value, okay, this is also a value, this is a variable, and this is a variable. What is int? Type of this variable. Similarly, scanner is a type, okay. So SC is of scanner type. Okay, don't worry about this right now, I will explain it, okay, if you didn't get this. So by using this scanner object, we can read data. Next, ఇప్పుడు మన ఆబ్జెక్ట్ మాత్రమే క్రియేట్ చేస్తాం. నౌ వీ నీడ్ టు కాల్ ద మెథడ్, ఓకే, మీన్స్ రీడ్ ద ఇన్పుట్. హౌ కెన్ యూ రీడ్ మీన్స్ use the scanner object SC. There are multiple methods, okay, there are multiple methods to read different types of data, okay. So SC dot next int is a method which is used to read integer data, okay, use it to read integer data, okay. Similarly, there is a method called sc dot next float, use it to read float data. Sir, why we are having these many methods? Even you didn't see how many methods are there. There are number of methods. These are some of them, okay. In order to read the string, you can use next or next line, use it to read string data, okay. sc dot next line also, next line is another method. But there is some difference between these two methods, okay. Okay. Okay, if you, this is the method, okay, this is the method. Let us uh, let us write something first here. Okay, I will explain about methods little later. Now you need to know how a method looks like. Okay, you have already seen the main method, right? This is the method, okay, and this is nothing but method calling, okay. What is next? This is, it means you are calling this method, okay. sc dot next int అనేది ఒక method అండి. Method is nothing but set of statements which can execute a specific task, okay. So this method will read the input, okay. After reading the input, it will store in the memory, okay. మెమరీలో స్టోర్ చేసుకుంటుంది, but you don't know how to access that data, okay. But in order to access the data, you need to refer, right? దాన్ని పాయింట్ చేయడానికి మనకు ఒక రెఫరెన్స్ కావాలి. దానికోసం మనం క్రియేట్ చేసింది ఇక్కడ ఒక వేరియబుల్, ఓకే. సో var is equals to sc dot next int. What does it mean? This is similar to int, means a is equals to 10, okay. I have explained here, right, already. A, consider this place as a, and here as here consider it as 10, okay. Now next int will do what? It will read the integer, right? So var is of which type? మీరు ఇక్కడ రీడ్ చేస్తుంది ఇంటీజర్ అండి, ఓకే. సో వేరియబుల్ అనేది ఏ టైప్ ఉంటుంది? ఇట్ ఈస్ ఆల్సో ఇంటీజర్, ఓకే. If you have any questions, just ask me in the chat box, okay. Don't simply sit in the class and listen. Please have a minute. Okay, so ఇలా కాల్ చేస్తే డేటా అనేది రీడ్ అవుతుంది, బట్ it will be stored somewhere else. In order to access the value furtherly, you need to assign it to a variable. Okay, ఎందుకు ఇంతగా స్ట్రెస్ చేసి చెప్తున్నాను, వేరియబుల్ ఎక్కడో స్టోర్ అవుతుంది, దాన్ని వేరియబుల్కి అసైన్ చేయాలి, దాని డేటా టైప్ ఇంతని, బికాస్ వితౌట్ నోయింగ్ దీస్ థింగ్స్ ప్రాపర్లీ యూ కెన్ నాట్ అండర్స్టాండ్ మచ్ లేటర్. ఓకే, so okay then, so whenever you execute this statement, it will read the data, means you have to give the input and it will be stored in the variable val. Okay, if you want to access that variable, you can use like this. Okay, just system.out.println of variable. Okay, let us see practically. So scanner s is equals to new scanner of system.in so it means we are creating scanner object. Pen unte saripodu, you need to write with the pen, right? So now we have to read the data by using scanner object. Scanner dot see how many methods are available. Next of, you'll see next int, next float, next line, next long int of radix. Okay, so I want to read integer data. Okay, now you need to save the file first. Okay, simply click here, save. Okay, you need not to type java c space filename.java then java space filename. Okay, then how to run this program? See here, run button, you can just click on this, it will run. Similar to the command prompt, you can see the console here. Okay, so this is the console. సో మీరు ఏదైనా కమాండ్ ప్రాంప్ట్ ఎంటర్ చేసే స్క్రీన్ అంతా ఇది. ఓకే, but you need not to write java c space filename.java and so on. Okay, so see here red button, why it is in the red form, because currently the application is under execution. Okay, what here, what we are doing here means we already created scanner object and call this method next in, so it is waiting for our input. Okay, see next int is used to read integers, right? So let me give one integer number. Now see the color, it is terminated. Okay, so java come and executed and it gone. Okay, if you want to execute this again, just again click on this. See, so it is under execution. మీరు ఇన్పుట్ ఇచ్చేంత వరకు ఇది ఇలాగా ఎగ్జిక్యూషన్లోనే ఉంటుంది. ఓకే, it is executed. Okay, so what you are doing, you are asking the user to enter integer. Can you access that integer? You can't access. Why? Because it is stored somewhere in the memory. మీకు తెలుస్తుందా అది ఎక్కడ స్టోర్ అయిందో? No, right? So in order to access that value, you need to take a variable. Okay, now this method is used to read the integer. అంటే ఏంటి, ఇంటీజర్ ని మాత్రమే రీడ్ చేస్తుంది. ఓకే, సో ఒక ఇంటీజర్ వాల్యూని ఏ టైప్ ఆఫ్ వేరియబుల్ మీరు స్టోర్ చేయగలరంటే ఇంటీజర్ టైప్ మాత్రమే స్టోర్ చేయగలరు. ఓకే, సో దట్ టేక్ ఏ ఇంటీజర్ వేరియబుల్. Okay, now a is of type what? Integer, means a is capable of storing int value. Okay, this method is also able to read int value. Okay, this int value will be stored in a. Okay, now print a. Okay, now see the program. First save this, Control S or click on. Okay, now run. Click enter. See, this is what we have entered. Okay, this is what the program is entered. For reading text data, you can use sc dot next of. It will read the text data. Okay, so in order to hold the text data, you need to have a variable str is equals to, okay. Then into this str. Okay. First it will read integer, then it will be printed, and then it will ask to enter a string. Okay, then it will be printed. Okay, let's save this program and run. So first it is asking for integer. Okay, 1 2 3 4 5 6, enter. Okay, now it is asking for string. ఇక్కడ మనకేం చెప్పట్లేదు, but we know what we have written here. Okay, so that is, it is prompting us to enter string. Okay, now hi, how are you? It is taking only first word, right? So let us take next one. Save this and run this. 1 2 3. How let's come into this. Save this. Let's see what's the difference between next and next line. Here you can see the meaning of what is next line. Okay, we will see this later. Okay, whenever we discuss string, we will see. Okay, so this is how we can read. You have already seen, right? There are multiple methods to read multiple values, multiple data types. Okay, sc dot next. Okay, see, for byte, for double, for float, integer, long, short, string, boolean, double float, okay. Do you see character here? We have character data type, right, in Java, but there is no method to read character data type. Okay, actually there is no method in scanner class. What you need to do is just take the next method. Okay, take the next method. By using this, you can read the first character. Okay, suppose if you enter this value, right, so take only h. Okay, so consider it as a character. Okay, we will see later, okay, how to extract that first character. Okay, up to this clear, everyone? Give your response. Only 1% understand, right? So remaining people don't understand, didn't understand. Okay, if you ask me, then only I can understand. Okay, what is your problem and where you are facing the problem. There is no such concept called van. Okay, first మీరు మీ నేమ్ చేంజ్ చేసుకోండి. Okay, how can I call you? Actually I can call you like SW5TG90X0ZQ like this. So please change your name. Okay. So character string is a data type. Okay. I have explained this in the earlier classes, right? So what are the various data types we have in Java? Byte, short, int, long, float, double, boolean, char, and string. These are the data types available in Java. Okay. Not only this, okay, you can consider this as primitive data types. Okay, primitive data types. Means in general you can see these data types in all the programming languages. In the next level, okay, string is not a primitive. In the next level you will see user defined data types. Okay, these are primitive. Okay. So there is no such means much matter to discuss about this. So what is char? Char is a data type used to hold a single character. I explained it already. Okay, maybe you missed the class. So what is our agenda? To do if condition. We started here. Okay, if condition, ఒక స్టూడెంట్ అటెండెన్స్ తీసుకొని అతను ఎగ్జామ్ అప్లై చేయడానికి ఎలిజిబుల్లా కాదని చెక్ చేయడానికి మనకు కావాల్సింది ఏంటి? ఇన్పుట్ రీడ్ చేయడం. ఇన్పుట్ రీడ్ చేయడానికి మనకు కావాల్సింది స్కానర్ క్లాస్. సో I came to know that how to create a scanner object, how to read the data. Okay, now change this program. So sc dot next what? Attendance kada. So attendance must be in the form of either float or integer. Okay, so consider float. Okay, for reading input. Next, I take float variable and att and anc attendance is equals to s dot next float. Okay, this is the variable I am taking. Okay, to store the attendance. Now I need to check the condition. What is the condition? If attendance greater than or equals to 75, then you are eligible to apply for exam. Otherwise what? Otherwise you are not eligible for applying the exam, right? I want to uh, do this in terms of programming. Okay, so what we can do? Let us see. S1 what? Eligible applying exam. ఎప్పుడు ఇది? If the attendance is greater than. Okay. One more case. Okay, let us consider this case only right now. How to check the condition? If open the parenthesis attendance attendance greater than or equals to 75. Okay, then open the flower bracket and then close the flower bracket. Why open and close? Because if this condition is true, then you need to do this thing. Okay, means this is nothing but if block. Okay, ఈ కండిషన్ ట్రూ అవుతే ఎగ్జిక్యూట్ అవ్వాల్సిన if block. Okay, so let us see whether it will be printed or not. I'm saving this program and run. So it is asking for input. So let me give here I am mentioning 0.0. Okay, save this. Let's run now. So I will give 74.9. What is printing? Nothing will be printed. Is this condition true? ఈ కండిషన్ నిజమైందా? అవ్వలేదు. అవ్వకుంటే ఏం చేయాలి? ఏం చేయదు. ఏం చేయాలని నేను చెప్పలేదు ఇక్కడ. ఓకే, వాట్ ఇఫ్ ద వాల్యూ ఈజ్ greater than or equals to 75? Now let's run the program and now give 75. Hey, you are eligible for applying exam. Okay, see how is if is use this here. In order to do something with this, you need to check this condition. If this condition is true, then it will be achieved. Okay, ఇప్పుడు నాకు డౌట్ వచ్చింది సార్, అటెండెన్స్ ఏమో చూసేస్తున్నారు వాళ్ళు, ఎలిజిబుల్ అయిన వాళ్ళకి ఒకటి చెప్పేస్తున్నారు ఎలిజిబుల్ అని, బట్ ఎలిజిబుల్ కాని వాళ్ళకి ఎలా చెప్తారు? ఐ వాంట్ టు నో, ప్లీజ్ display some message so that we can identify we are having low attendance. Okay, ilaga. Okay, let us take one more thing, which is else. Okay, so this is simple if. Okay, this is nothing but simple if. Now we are going to discuss if else. If else. What is if else? This is condition similar. Open the bracket, close the bracket. Then here there is one more block called else. Sir, what is this else? What is the meaning of else in English? English else అంటే ఏంటి? ఇంకేదైనా. Okay. If this condition is true, this block will be executed. Else లేకపోతే, ఏది లేకపోతే, ఈ కండిషన్ కాకపోతే నెక్స్ట్ ఇది ఎగ్జిక్యూట్ చేయండి. ఓకే, దట్ ఈస్ ద మీనింగ్ ఆఫ్ ఎల్స్. ఇక్కడ రెండు కండిషన్స్ ఉంటాయి. ఫస్ట్ వన్ ఇస్ ట్రూ, అనదర్ వన్ ఇస్ ఫాల్స్. ఓకే, ఇఫ్ ద కండిషన్ ఇస్ ట్రూ, దిస్ బ్లాక్ విల్ బి ఎగ్జిక్యూటెడ్. ఓకే, ఏ బ్లాక్ అండి ఇది? ఇఫ్ బ్లాక్. ఓకే, ఒకవేళ కండిషన్ ట్రూ కాకపోతే దిస్ బ్లాక్ విల్ బి ఎగ్జిక్యూటెడ్. వాట్స్ దిస్ బ్లాక్? దిస్ ఈస్ ఎల్స్ బ్లాక్. Okay, now implement this. Okay, if greater than 75, okay, no problem, he is eligible. Okay, ఒకవేళ కాకపోతే, sorry to say this, next we can't do anything. Okay, I'm saving this program. Excellent. Okay. Okay, now you need to give the input, right? So if I give 74.9999, okay, this is how program works. If you give 999, it will not give round off value. Okay, మనం స్పెసిఫిక్గా రౌండ్ ఆఫ్ చేయని చెప్తే తప్ప ప్రోగ్రామ్ రౌండ్ ఆఫ్ చేయదు. ఓకే, ఓకే, సారీ టు సే దిస్ అప్లై నెక్స్ట్ ఇయర్. ఓకే, సో వాట్ ఇఫ్ ఐ గివ్ 75? అప్లైంగ్ ఎక్స్. ఓకే, ఒకటి గమనించండి, ఒక డైరెక్ట్గా ఇన్పుట్ ఎంటర్ చేస్తాం కదా, అసలు అది ఎందుకు అడుగుతుందో కూడా మనకు తెలియట్లేదు, రైట్? ఒకవేళ ఒక మెసేజ్ చూపించి ఓకే బస్ ఎంటర్ అటెండెన్స్ అని చెప్పాలని మీరు అనుకుంటే, దెన్ బిఫోర్ రీడింగ్ దిస్, ఓకే, ఇదే కదా రీడ్ చేస్తుంది, దీనికి ముందర హియర్ ఒక మెసేజ్ ఇవ్వండి, ఎంటర్ యువర్ అటెండెన్స్. ఓకే, నౌ సేవ్ దిస్, లెట్స్ రన్. నౌ యూ విల్ అండర్స్టాండ్ వాట్ టు, అంటే ఏ ఇన్పుట్ ఇవ్వాలో అట్లీస్ట్ యూజర్ తెలుస్తుంది. ఓకే, ఎంటర్ యువర్ అటెండెన్స్ ఇవ్వాలంట. లెట్ మీ గివ్. ఓకే, హే యు ఆర్ ఎలిజిబుల్ ఫర్ అప్లైయింగ్ ఎగ్జామ్. ఓకే, you need to give like this. Okay, so up to this clear everyone? Hope you clear. Next Now you can take multiple examples. Okay, I will give some examples. You can work on this. Okay, or else create your own examples. Okay, next, finding largest in given two numbers. Okay, finding largest in given three numbers. Okay, then we implement it. I will implement this. Okay, I will give some more task. Do addition, subtraction, division, multiplication, all the things. Okay, ask the user inputs and do the operation and print it out. Okay, for each one you need to do like that. Okay, don't think this is very simple. Okay, I will add some more functionality to this later. Okay, finally by combining all these things we can create calculator. Okay, we will create calculator applications with these methods, these functions. Okay, next, finding largest number in given three numbers. Okay, how to find that? So first you need to have three numbers, right? Consider a comma b comma c. How can you check? How can you check? Simple. First check a with b and a with c, and then b with a, and then b with c, and then c with a, and then c with b. Right? If this condition is true, then what? A is largest. If this condition is true, B is largest. If this condition is true, C is largest. Okay. Next. How to implement this? This is one condition. This is separate. Means all the three are different conditions. Okay. See, in order to say that A is largest, first this condition must be true and this condition must be true. Okay. How to make this happen? Okay. Use the if condition and apply and this. Okay, not this and this and. Okay, what this and will do? It will do means it will check it must be true and it must be true. ఈ రెండు ట్రూ అవుతే తప్ప ఈ కండిషన్ ట్రూని ఎవాల్యుయేట్ చేయదు. ఈ రెండు ట్రూ అయినట్టు మీనింగ్ ఏంటి? ఏ అనేది పెద్దది. ఓకే, సో లైక్ can I implement by using simple if? I am creating one more class. If else okay, create main method for us. For me. Okay. See how many conditions are here? Three conditions, right? No two conditions. If you consider if example or if else example, it is checking two conditions, either true or false, right? True ni false ni మాత్రమే చెక్ చేస్తుంది. ఈ విధంగా ఈ లాజిక్ని మనం డిజైన్ చేస్తే ఏమవుతుంది? ఏ అన్న బి అన్న వస్తుంది. ఓకే, లెట్ us see. Let me write that. Statically I am taking a is equals to three values. Okay, now I am checking if a greater than b and a greater than c. Open brackets. This is not Python. SYSO is largest, right? else what? ఈ కండిషన్ ట్రూ అయితే ఏ పెద్దది అవుతుంది బికాస్ దిస్ కండిషన్ ఎవాల్యుయేట్స్ ఓకే ఓకే సో ఐఎమ్ హ్యావింగ్ దిస్ వాల్యూస్ రైట్ ఇక్కడ మరి ఏం చెప్పాలి ఏ లార్జ్ కాదు ఇక్కడ ఈజ్ బి ఈజ్ లార్జెస్ట్ okay let us consider like this and let's run this b is largest is b is largest see the output here b is largest but what about c okay so this is not right okay you need to check one more condition what is that condition this one okay if this is also fails then c is the largest one okay how to do that ఇక్కడ నేను ఏం చెప్పాలనుకుంటానంటే యూ నీడ్ టు చెక్ మల్టిపుల్ కండిషన్స్ ఓకే ఇన్ ఆర్డర్ టు చెక్ మల్టిపుల్ కండిషన్స్ దేర్ ఈస్ వన్ మోర్ కండిషన్ స్టేట్మెంట్ కాల్ if else okay if condition this is if block and this is else if I do forgot the syntax else if else if this is correct this is correct syntax okay else if here you need to check one more condition okay one more condition and then you will write the if else condition here then you need to mention else block see first check this condition okay if condition is not true then check one more condition if this condition also not true then go to this condition here we check for a is greater here we check for whether b is greater okay a kaadu b kaadu then what c is larger ikkada rasestam c is larger okay so let us implement here else if what b greater than a and b greater than c then what b is largest ఇది కాదు అంటే then what is remaining c is largest right save this and let's run now see c is largest okay let us change the values here 320 save this let's run b is largest okay let us save this change the value of a and let's run. A is largest right so this is how if else if works okay ఇదంతా ఎవాల్యుయేట్ ఏమవుతుంది మీకు ట్రూ కానీ ఫాల్స్ కానీ వస్తుంది ఇఫ్ ఇట్ ఈస్ ట్రూ ఇది ఎక్స్క్యూట్ అవుతుంది ఓకే ఒకవేళ ఇది కాకపోతే దెన్ ఇట్ విల్ చెక్ ఫర్ అనదర్ కండిషన్ ఓకే అనదర్ కండిషన్ని చెక్ చేయడానికి ఇఫ్లో మనం యూజ్ చేస్తుంది ఏంటి ఎల్స్ ఇఫ్ ఓకే ఐ హోప్ యూ అండర్స్టాండ్ సో వాట్ I want to say is don't take inputs like this okay take the inputs dynamically from the user and do these things okay this is for your task you can take it as a task next now let us discuss what is if is a conditional statement which executes based on some condition if the condition is true then if block will be executed otherwise else block will be executed okay next I want to do some operation for finite number of times ఓకే, ఒక సర్టెన్ నెంబర్ ఆఫ్ టైమ్స్ వరకు నేను ఒక పని చేయాలనుకుంటున్నాను. ఎలా చేస్తారు? సపోజ్ లెట్ us think I wants to print a value 10 times. Okay, I want to do some operation for a particular number of times. Okay, let us assume that SYS control space welcome to Java. I want to print this 10 times. How can I print? It's very simple, right? Just like this. Sir, I want to print 100 times. I want to print 1 lakh times. I want to print 1 crore times. Can you copy paste like this? Is it possible to do like that? No, it is not possible. So there is a feature or functionality to do these kind of things. That is nothing but for loop. Okay, for. So for is used to execute a set of statements for finite number of times. Okay, how the syntax looks like? This is for this is data type, and next a variable, then semicolon, then condition, then incrementation or decrementation, and then open the block and then close the block. This is the syntax of for. Okay, then let us discuss with example. What is this data type and variable? Okay, so what is data type? I want, okay, నేను ఈ స్టేట్మెంట్స్ని 10 times ప్రింట్ చేయాలి, రైట్? 10 times అని ఎలా గుర్తుపెట్టుకుంటారు? ఎక్కడి నుంచి స్టార్ట్ చేస్తారు? 10 నుంచి 20 వరకు కౌంట్ చేస్తారా, లేదంటే 10 నుంచి 19 వరకు కౌంట్ చేస్తారా, లేదంటే 20 నుంచి రివర్స్కి వస్తారా? ఎలా కౌంట్ చేస్తారు? కౌంట్ చేయాలంటే ఫస్ట్ మనకు ఒక నంబర్ కావాలి, దాన్ని గుర్తుపెట్టుకోవడానికి ఒక వాల్యూ ఆర్ లొకేషన్ స్పేస్ కావాలి, రైట్? దట్ ఈస్ నథింగ్ బట్ దిస్ డేటా. ఓకే, సో ఫర్ int a colon, సార్ ఎన్ని టైమ్స్ ప్రింట్ చేయాలి దీన్ని? 10 times. ఓకే, 10 అనేది ఒక లిమిట్ కదా, సో కండిషన్. ఓకే, ఇఫ్ a less than or equals to 10, ఓకే, దట్ ఈస్ కండిషన్. జనరల్గా మనం నెంబర్స్ కౌంట్ చేయమంటే ఏం చేస్తాం? 1 2 3 4 5 అంటాం. ఎందుకు వెంట వెంటనే 1 2 3 వచ్చేస్తుంది? బికాస్ వీ నో వాట్ ఈస్ నెక్స్ట్, బట్ కంప్యూటర్ డోంట్ నో. ఓకే, యూ నీడ్ టు టెల్ ద కంప్యూటర్. ఓకే, ఓకే, కంప్యూటర్ స్టార్ట్స్ విత్, ఇక్కడ ఇనిషియలైజ్ చేయాలి దాన్ని. ఓకే, ఐఎమ్ స్టార్టింగ్ కౌంట్ విత్ 0 అండ్ కౌంట్ అప్ టు 10. ఓకే, ప్రతిసారి ఏం చేయాలి? యూ నీడ్ టు ఇంక్రిమెంట్ ద వాల్యూ. హౌ? a plus plus. Okay, this is how you can do. The meaning ఏంటి? You are iterating this for loop for 10 times. How can you say 10 times? It is starting with 0, means 0 1 2 3 4, it is for 10 times అవుతుంది. Okay, 0 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. ఓకే, 9 వరకే కౌంట్ అవుతుంది. ఓకే, ఎప్పుడైతే ఇక్కడ 10 వస్తుందో ఈ కండిషన్ ఫెయిల్ అవుతుంది. ఓకే, ప్రతిసారి వాల్యూ అనేది ఇంక్రిమెంట్ అవుతూ ఉంటుంది. ఓకే, ఫస్ట్ టైం ఎగ్జిక్యూటెడ్ వాల్యూ బికమ్స్ 1. ఓకే, నెక్స్ట్ 1 less than 10, yes, yes boss, 1 is less than 10. Okay, next okay, execute the statement again. Okay, next this 1 becomes 2. Okay, next here 2. 2 less than 10, yes sir, of course it is true. Then execute this. Then what? Increment 2. Okay, so ఏమవుతుంది? 2 కాస్త 3 అవుతుంది. Then 3 less than 10, yes, 3 is less than 10, then do the execution. Okay, then again increment, so 3 becomes 4. Okay, 4 less than 10, yes sir, it is less than. All right, then execute for block. ఇలాగా ఈ కండిషన్ ఫెయిల్ అయ్యేంత వరకు ఎక్స్క్యూట్ అవుతుంది. ఓకే, ఇఫ్ 10 less than 10 is it true, it is false. ఓకే, ఎప్పుడైతే 10 less than 10 కండిషన్ ఎక్స్క్యూట్ అవుతుందో then it will come out of the for loop. Okay, this is how for loop works. ఇక్కడ మనం వర్క్ చేస్తుంది ఏంటో ఇంటీజర్స్తో కదా, అందుకోసం ఇక్కడ టైప్ చేద్దాం. వన్ మోర్ థింగ్, you need to mention the data type here and you need to initialize the value. ఓకే, ఒకవేళ మీరు ఇలా ఇచ్చారనుకోండి, then you will get error. It will ask like this, sir, what is the value of a? How, what I can assume, whether it is 1 lakh, 1000, 10 lakhs, 001, 022. So you need to mention the value here. Okay, and one more thing, this is nothing but initialization. The name chopachante, you can take it as initialization. Means you are initializing some value. Okay, so this is initialization part, this is conditional part, and this is incrementation or decrementation part. Okay, so this is how for loop means. This is what is what. Okay, total 3 blocks. This is 1, this is 2, and this is 3. Clear everyone? Okay, this is for. Okay, let us implement that for. Okay, I want to print this for 10 times. Okay, so first create the for init high less than 10, high less. Okay, see here we are getting some error, right? Underlines in what it is say, initialize variable. Okay, I have to initialize the variable, right? So that's why I need to give a value. Okay, now there is no error. Save this and let's run. See the output, it will be printed 10 times. Okay, so count is starting from 0 కూడా count అవుతుంది. Okay, లాస్ట్ వాల్యూ ఇక్కడ ఏమవుతుంది, 9 అవుతుంది. ఇక్కడ ప్లస్ ప్లస్ చూసాం కదా, కెన్ యూ టేక్ మైనస్ మైనస్? అఫ్ కోర్స్ యూ కెన్ టేక్ మైనస్ మైనస్, బట్ లెట్ us minus minus. Okay, I'm saving this program and let's run. This is called infinite loop. ఎగ్జిక్యూట్ అవుతూనే ఉంటుంది, ఇది ఆగదు ఇంకా. ఎందుకు ఆగదండి? డూ యూ నో ద రీజన్? చెక్ ద కండిషన్. ఈజ్ ఈక్వల్స్ టు 0. ఓకే, 0 నుంచి మొదలు పెట్టాలి. ఎంతవరకు వెళ్ళాలి? 0 అనేది 10 కంటే తక్కువ అవుతున్నంత వరకు ఎగ్జిక్యూట్ అవుతూనే ఉండాలి. ఓకే, మరి ఇదేంటి? 0 మైనస్ మైనస్. ఓకే, 0 నుంచి మొదలు పెడుతుంది, ఎగ్జిక్యూట్ అయింది, కండిషన్ కూడా ట్రూ అయింది. ఏం చేయాలి? మైనస్ మైనస్ చేయాలి. 0 మైనస్ 1 ఎంత? -1. ఓకే, -1 10 కంటే చిన్నదే కదా. ఓకే, మళ్ళీ ఎగ్జిక్యూట్ చేయండి. మళ్ళీ ఏం చేయాలి? -1 నుంచి ఇంకొక -1 చేయాలి. ఏమవుతుంది? -2 అవుతుంది. సో మీరు ఎలా వెళ్తున్నారంటే బ్యాక్వర్డ్ వెళ్ళిపోతూ ఉంటారు. ఓకే, లైక్ దిస్. minus 10, minus 9, minus 8, minus 7, minus 6, minus 5, minus 4, minus 3, minus 2, minus 1. Then you will get 0, 1, 2, 3, like this. మనం వెళ్ళాల్సింది towards forward direction, but you are going towards backward. వస్తుందా మరి 10 ఇక్కడ? Is there any chance to get 10? No. Okay, you will get never. That's why this is infinite loop. You cannot write this kind of loops. If you write, you will get some error at the latest. You will get some error. Okay, so I'm stopping this. Did we stop చేయగలరా? No, we cannot. It will be executed. Okay, it is being executed for infinite times. Okay. Okay, this is so. ఒకవేళ మీరు డిక్రిమెంట్ చేసేటప్పుడు you need to give the proper condition. Okay, so let me start with 10. Okay, నేను 10 నుంచి స్టార్ట్ చేస్తున్నాను. Less than 0. Okay, now see, saving this. Only 10 times. Okay. I'm starting with the 10. Okay, 10 minus 9. 9 greater than 0. Okay, then execute. Then 9 minus 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 up to 0. Okay. Like the second mention. This is how for loop works. Okay. And this is for today's class. If you have any questions, please let me know. In order to learn this, you need to do some practice. Okay, by just listening these classes, you will not get a subject. Okay, if you start practicing, you will learn something for sure. So no doubts, right? So let me give you the feedback form. Okay, here I'm providing the feedback form. Okay, if you fill the feedback form, then only we will consider your attendance. Okay. If you didn't provide your feedback form, we will not consider your attendance. Whether you are attending the classes, you need to fill the feedback form. Okay. Okay, this is for today's class. Okay, if you have any doubts, please revise the concept and make your questions in a paper and ask me in the next session. Okay. So thanks for the session.